The other guy turns, and I crack this dude so far hard in his chin. All right, welcome back. John and I are gonna try a new little series every week where on my Instagram, we're posting a Ask Me Anything anonymously, because I know some of you were a little nervous because I'm so handsome and just overwhelmingly successful that you're afraid to ask questions sometimes. So you can ask anonymously. But he's going to read off some questions and I'm going to answer them honestly, and hopefully it's a fun little thing that we get going on from here on out. So John, what we got?
All right, question number 1. Why do you take so long to respond?
Okay, that's a valid question. The easy answer that most people would say is, oh, I'm busy. I'm busy. Yeah, of course I got some things going on. Everybody's got things going on. But the true answer, for me specifically, yeah, I have a lot of things going on. But if something is in direction to an objective outcome, then I'll answer it. I'm not very good at small talk. But if there's like, oh, there's plans that we can do X, Y, and Z, and these are the steps that we need to get there, yeah, we're going to respond. We're going to have an immediate conversation. But if, somebody's just like, hey, what's up? I mean, I'm probably not going to answer right away. I probably have other things I gotta focus on. It's going to take my attention. So the reason why I'm answering it that way is I don't know where you're at in your life, but if you're trying to message somebody that's maybe busier or not responding to you, the way to look at it is, how can I make, what am I trying to get from this conversation? And what is that person going to get from this conversation? Is it just for fluff? Is it just for whatever reason? You have to make it attractive for that other person to answer your text, your call, whatever it may be. And just understand that when people are doing things, they're not just going to fill their time with answering your questions. So make it worth their while. So that's the first one, I guess.
Okay, the second question, somebody said, please give me pickup lines that always work.
Oh, God. We're going into this, John? Pickup lines? I don't have any pickup line. I never really studied pickup game or anything like that. I don't know.
Doesn't use pickup lines.
I mean, what's a pickup line? I say, hey, my name's Matt, how are you? Here's the thing. If you spend so much time worrying about yeah, of course, you want to have maybe something interesting about yourself to talk to somebody about. But that's then if you're only focusing on manufacturing a pickup line, you're not actually creating a life. You're just basically creating this facade to get this person's attention. But if you are just an attractive person, then you will have unique things to say to that person because you're doing things, right? I literally was getting my hair braided today, and I was just talking about the exciting things that I was doing in my life. So it wasn't hard to communicate because I have things going on. I guess I'm becoming a dating coach, even though I had 2 long-term relationships, and I'm in a decent position now with, a variety of women that I'm able to choose from. But I'm not married, I don't have kids, so the advice that I could give is only from the bad experiences that I had to go through. So I'm trying to learn out, how to figure out all this stuff as well. So, and to be honest with you, the reason why I don't have any pickup lines was because I heard this when I was younger, and it really stuck with me. And it's imagine you're a guy and you want a woman, right? A beautiful woman. Imagine this beautiful butterfly. And, we want this butterfly because they're going to make us feel good. They're going to be pretty to look at. And they're, this thing. And obviously we're attracted to this beautiful butterfly. And I remember, I think it was my dad. He said, if you look at the butterfly and you just go trying to get the butterfly, they're going to run away, right? They don't want to be caught because who are you? You're just down here. You don't have anything to offer to the butterfly. And he said, imagine instead of chasing this butterfly, imagine you focus on building a beautiful garden. So okay, what do you need to do to build a beautiful garden? You want to lay a good, foundation. What do you need for a good foundation? Well, you need to have your fitness right. You need to look good. You need to be able to make money. You need to have skills. You need to be a capable person. Okay, great. Once you do those things, like you're building a garden, right? And if the garden is beautiful with all these things that you've built and worked on and focused on, the butterflies, they start to come in. They go, oh shit. So now it's not just one butterfly you're trying to, catch and run after and not really have anything to give to the butterfly, but you're like, no, I'm just gonna work on making this beautiful garden. So now you got dozens and dozens of butterflies that wanna come and play in your garden. And you get to set the terms when your garden is beautiful. So then you don't have to have any pickup lines. You just say, you see my garden over here? You wanna come kick it? Because I'm gonna keep building this thing, and I'm gonna keep building it whether you're in it or the other butterfly behind you is gonna be in it, right? That's the only thing that you need to worry about is building that beautiful garden, because then you get to choose who comes in the garden. So focus on that instead of worrying about some dumb pickup line.
Okay, so the third question somebody asked was, have you ever gotten into a fist fight?
I mean, kind of technically. I've never been hit, but I have knocked out somebody. So here's a quick story. It was, I think I was like 22, and we're at Calamari's, which is an old restaurant that I actually bartended at. And me and my friends, we would hang out, just on the deck or whatever. And I remember the one night, it was like me and 4 of my buddies. We were just hanging out. And then we decided to leave Calamari's to go down to Plymouth, so different place. But we went out the back deck off of Calamari's, and there's like this back alley road. And we're like, all right, we'll just walk the back road down. So we're walking down. I don't drink at all. My other buddies, they probably had a couple drinks. One of my buddies in particular, I'm not going to say your name, Steve, but he got a little too drunk, and he liked to speak his mouth, right? So these 3 big guys are walking down the alley the opposite way, like coming up to Calamari's. We're walking down, and they're just like chatting, whatever, like just drunk guys talking shit, right? And well, I don't say anything. I'm just like, all right, let's just keep walking. So we just keep walking, and everybody's chirping, just chirping back and forth. And here's the thing: there's 5 of us. There's 3 of them. They're big guys, but like. So I'm not thinking anything. I'm like, oh, okay, there's 5 of us, there's 3 of these guys. They're just gonna keep walking. So we just keep walking. We get to almost 12th Street, which is like 2 blocks down, and all we hear is like footsteps just like running. I like look back, I'm like, holy shit. And these dudes are huge, like running at us. The one dude rips his shirt off, side smacks my buddy, Steve, who was talking, and the other guy turns, and I crack this dude so hard in his chin that he just I saw him, I hit him flush. It was good. It was a good shot. And I didn't know how to even punch at that time. It was just me just throwing haymakers, but I caught him pretty clean, and he falls and he's out, right? And my buddy Steve didn't really get hit too hard, so he just kind of got up and whatever. I look up. The other 2 guys are coming right at me, and I look up. Steve's the only one that's kind of coming too. My other 3 friends, they already ran. So now it's me. I just knocked out their friend. My buddy's kind of dazed, and I got 2 meatheads running at me. I'm like, get me out. So I book it, right? So I book it out, and so we end up meeting it at Plymouth, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Everybody got together. Everybody was good. And my buddy Jake was like, hey, when I ran away, my shoe fell off. Can we go get my shoe? I'm like, your shoe fell off? What the hell? I'm like, what kind of shoe? Whatever. So I'm like, all right. It's been 20 minutes or whatever since this time. So we're like, all right, everything's probably cleared out. No big deal. Let's go get Jake's shoe, head back, home or something. We get our car, hop over there, drive to get Jake's shoe. As we pull up, there's literally an ambulance putting the guy that I hit on a stretcher into the ambulance. I'm freaking out because I'm like, I might have killed this guy, right? I'm literally nervous because I'm like, I'm not trying to like hurt anybody. You hit my boy, like I'm protecting myself, you know. So at this time, my girlfriend was actually the manager of the ER at one of our local hospitals. So I literally made her call the hospital to check on the status of this guy to make sure that, you know, I didn't kill anybody, right? And luckily, he was just knocked out. He just got a little, maybe concussion, but that's the only fight I've ever been in. And I still train because you never know when you're in that position. And hopefully my friends are not drunk idiots anymore, and I'm not in that position. I try and avoid those type of situations at all costs. But yeah, that's the only fight I've ever been in, other than I punched my brother one time, and then I ran away. I hid under my dad's bed, I think.
All right, that's all we got for you.
All right, next week we'll get some more questions. We're just gonna keep it short, like 3. So don't be shy. Send over a question. Hope it's good, and then I'll answer for you.